Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Y'shtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment? Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul.
Thank you for simplifying it for us, Y'shtola. Thank you for that reiteration.
At the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic.
Hmm.
Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
I feel like this is gonna break bad. Even if not with Gabu, then someone's gonna get their hands on this magic and use it to do what Y'shtola is suggesting, right? Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm feeling some very, very severe foreshadowing here.
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
Oh dear. Wait, I thought you needed...
By doing so, we also spare G'raha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Epoxy's not an eggy. You need the clay and stuff. What the heck? Oh, I guess Alisaie has been doing some research, I suppose. Okay.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
I mean, I think the real Matoya wouldn't necessarily agree with that, Y'shtola.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin. Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn.
He's just gonna Final Heaven just Final Heaven Gabu. Whoopsies.
'Tis done.
No small amount indeed.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allagans did not. It was never like to be easy. The rest is up to you, Alisaie. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one.
I've got a spare room here with like 8 muscly dudes just doing like push-ups and squats for the last 4 years. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Okay. All right. Alisaie will succeed, I'm certain of it. We need but have faith. All right. Well, this seems as good a spot as any to have a rest. No, yeah, I meant my squadron. My FC house is not quite so exciting.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago.
Well, you say years, Arthano, but we've just established that we've been laboring for ages, for 5,000 years.
I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alisaie refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, right? Is that now people have got to reconcile with the fact that we have been putting to death everyone categorically that has ever been tempered. And no one has really even tried to help them. I mean, we were even being told an hour ago that the Sharlayans kind of had only done like the most cursory kind of research into it and basically decided not to pursue it.
However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Yeah, dude, tell her.
I should, I know. Yet, despite my good intent, I have the feeling that I would only succeed in incurring her ire.
Oh, you coward. Make excuses, Alphino.
Alisaie, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Oh!
I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Oh my god!
Gabu!
Oh my god! Oh my heart. Oh. I wasn't expecting it to work so quickly, and I really was expecting there to be some kind of like catastrophic side effect. Man, this has got to break bad though. All that talk about, well, if we only did one and not the other, then it would be terrible. People become like super tempered.
Time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan.
Oh no.
But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gabu. They helped him to hold on.
I like the parallel that this is drawing to Eden as well. The theme of memory has been so prevalent throughout Shadowbringers, but like particularly this patch.
I'm so proud of you, Gabu.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use.
Yeah, just to reiterate one more time for us,
reversing the
G'raha.
effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gabu alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence.
Okay. Alright, so what we have there is consistent with the fact that we can help people that have been affected by the Flood of Light but not yet turned into a Sin Eater. We can affect people that have been tempered but not, you know, transformed like the Drowned. And presumably, therefore, we cannot reverse those people that have been transformed into Voidsent. Okay, so that is a very important caveat.
All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gabu, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we grudgingly
yeah, there
turn.
is.
She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
I have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
And remember, Gabu, always remember, you just got to pick a pocket or two. Alright, give me the silver pieces. Yeah, that was the game. That was the narrator. Alice will be exhausted from her efforts, but you wouldn't think so to look at her now. She's ready to press on, then so am I. Yeah, just maybe don't let her teleport, or she could literally die. Did it! We brought Gabu back! If I have any say in the matter, he'll be the first of many. Hell yeah. You may recall that in order to procure the ingredients for Angelo, we had no choice but to surrender ourselves to the whims of the pixies. But I should have done so with far better grace had I known what we would go on to achieve. Alright. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first. But this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Okay. Let us sally forth. So, they will have to find equivalent ingredients to the type of clay and the type of water that were being used to make the porksies. Also, I don't understand how Alisaie... I'm just going to assume that she already found a way. She already found some ingredients to make Angelo back here, and did so. And was just, you know, carrying it around like a minion in her bag. We'll just give her the benefit of the doubt on that one, I think. Yeah, my expectation right now is absolutely that the fact that we're really, like, hammering home the importance of the memory transference and the ethereal rebalancing happening like at the same time, because any one of those individually would, you know, create a big mess, a big mess, and create some kind of, like, you know, super tempered. Yeah, that's definitely gonna come back somewhere soon. That's gonna give us some trouble. We definitely want to be careful about sharing this knowledge around too much right now. Master Matoya is something of a legend among Archons. I very much look forward to meeting her. If not the dressing down, I am liable to receive for my inept attempts at summoning you. Do you remember? When last we came here, it was to find out why the others had collapsed. Someone had told me then that they'd been whisked away to another world. I probably laughed in their face. Live and learn, eh? It's been some time since Master Matoya last saw Y'shtola. Lot they will have to talk about. I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil. Very well.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
Now, that is interesting because, you know, with the time dilution, we were... I mean, obviously we knew that Y'shtola had been there for a lot longer than she'd been absent from here, but we weren't sure, and we're still not sure, honestly, whether it'd been like days, weeks, months in the source.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds. and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. G'raha is my name, and I am proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Allag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
I mean, Matoya, we don't actually know how old she is, but she's definitely over 100. And you know what, Y'shtola has had that coming for a long time, the number of times
So
that she's
that's
bullied
the way of
Alphinaud.
it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
Wow, it'd be a real shame if something happened to you then, G'raha, before we fix everybody in the whole world.
So I just need to create Porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother Porxie, as it were.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Alright, you know what? I was gonna say something about that line, and I won't. I won't say anything about Matoya's moldy old hole. Shit, I did it. Ah, shit, I did it. Ah, damn it. Ah, jeez. Ah, dang. Do you think I misspoke earlier? No, I do not think you misspoke earlier. I think you knew exactly what you were doing. You're trying to get yours back. In case you've ever wondered, Alphinaud got his innocent streak from our mother. And it can be rather endearing, even useful in certain situations. Most of the time, makes me want to shake him. Boy, you stole her. Moldy old hole. It's not just me, huh? Not just me. Where does she mean, do you think? Some manner of hidden workshop, perhaps? Oh, G'raha, I'm not going to be the one to have the talk with you, alright? Okay? I am not doing that.
Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there.
That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it.
Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. And consider cleaning up the place for payment for my help.
Fine, we'll do it.
Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my pirogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful, after all. Off you go.
Oh, come on now. You guys are all filthy, alright? Stop taking Matoya's moldy old hole out of context, alright? Okay? So immature. Jeez. So I'm surrounded by children. You'd never hear me fixating on something like that. Taking that kind of low-hanging fruit. Disgusting. This video ain't getting monetized. You know what? It's probably not because I said shit in the first minute, but I don't know. Do we think that YouTube's algorithm has gotten that that advanced yet? To be able to deal with sophisticated euphemism? I hope not. If that is the case, then we're all in a great deal of trouble. Wait, so if our workshop's over here, surely the Illuminati have gotten into it, right? Are we going to have another tangle with the Illuminati, do you think? That would be interesting. Nothing sophisticated about that one. Listen, Matoya's a very sophisticated, mature lady, alright? Judging by the unruly state of the flora without, I think it's safe to assume there'll be no shortage of unruly fauna within. Add to that the undisturbed secrets of the workshop, we have the makings of an adventure. The workshop was an unforgiving place even before the Exodus, and I doubt the years of neglect have improved it. The grass could certainly do with a trim. Oh, fuck. Ah, damn it. Ah, shit. Ah, damn it, you guys. Damn it. God, no. Damn it. No. Alisaie, no. I can't fucking... Oh, I can't with this game anymore. Oh, jeez. As I may have mentioned, Alisaie and I were still very young when we departed with the Exodus. I envy Y'shtola for remembering the city as it once was. Of course Koji knows, of course he does.
Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good Mistress Relict. Puro Rogo is my name, and I'm honored to be your guide. Within you will find a space dedicated to the makings of familiars, along with a cabin wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and I regret be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it that you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word, and I will show you in.
If he does a Kermit voice for this. Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's fantastic. I can't really do a Kermit voice though, so let's see. Are you ready, Ribbit? But give the word and I will show you. Nah, see, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I'll leave that to Mike. It is surprisingly hard. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's something you need like an American accent to be able to do. I'm no stranger to porksy making, as you know, and that must count for something. Though it's been a while since I last joined the fray, I followed Alizé's example and practiced whenever possible. My healing magics are as ready as always. So it's just going to be a question for me of whether I take Y'shtola or Alizé. I was still a child when last I came here. Now I'm rather more capable. What the Master Matoya seems to have noticed. Perhaps she will when I've cleaned up the mess she left. Now, I feel like Y'shtola is probably going to have some more, like, insightful dialogue about the place than Alizé, having that established relationship with Matoya, so as much as I love taking Alizé along with me every time, I think we'll take Y'shtola for this one. And we shall not use the duty finder. Oh my god. Oh, Uranger would be so jealous. Yeah, of course, apart from Holminster. Since Holminster.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Pirogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Yeah, the music is like very evocative of Banjo-Kazooie, actually. Jarek, if I decide it's a dungeon worth doing a lore tour on, then I will definitely mess around with Explorer mode. Never thought I would see this place again.
First things first, we need to harvest some clay.
We'll be counting on your local knowledge.
The clay can be had at the clay clot cauldron. Ribbit.
Yeah, the clay clot cauldron, really? You don't say. That would certainly make sense. Grime Grot? No, we don't want to go to Grime Grot. I mean, I guess it's only one way forward. Yeah, I can definitely see this being a Sorcerer's Apprentice reference. Which is really cool, actually, because that's probably not the first thing that would have occurred to me.
Allow me to assist you with the gap, Ribbit.
But of course, you know, we've been having those references ever since Matoya was first introduced, like with the brooms and stuff, so it certainly fits. I wonder if these caverns connect up with the anti-tower, actually. I mean, this was a large part of the reason they chose this site for the establishment of the colony, right? Was because it was like on top of a major ethereal ley line, and also, you know, had these basically it was a perfect site for building the anti-tower. Sonny of Ziggy? Oh no, poor Ziggy. This is what happens when you neglect to tidy up. Alright, let's go. Hard rock.
Next, we need to get the water flowing again.
How long ago did they build the anti-tower? Oh, jeez. I think it was pretty soon after the construction of the colony. So It was established as a research outpost in 1311. Yeah, it was like 250 years. Yeah. And then 5 years later, they extended it. Yeah. 1316 discovers a vast system of subterranean caverns beneath the Dravanian hinterlands. They commence construction of an ethereal observation facility, the precursor to the Anti-Tower. Right. So, yeah, about 250 years ago. Yeah. Wow, this thing's creepy. This thing's real creepy. Okay, interesting.
Just the beginning.
It looks like a Pokemon, you know? What? You're supposed to get up there? I guess so? Am I supposed to... Ah, there we go, okay. Alright, okay. That was an interesting fight, wasn't it? Didn't hate that. Although, I do hate this. I do rather hate this.
Step right through it, Ribbit, and I will guide you safely to the Kiln Fire Cauldron.
Okay. I am noticing Y'shtola's dialogue, yes. Oh, there. Oh, Y'shtola created that familiar. Interesting. Cool. Now this is interesting, isn't it? It's almost like Cerulean, but of a bunch of different elemental aspects, I guess. Oh, the product is dissolved crystals. Huh. Now that is interesting. Okay, so it is kind of like Cerulean then. What do you suppose is going on there? What the ribbit? Okay, bye. Like, I can't even like focus on any features here. It honestly gives me a bit of a headache. Try looking at it with colorblind mode on. Alright, I'll kill these guys and I'll toggle the colorblind mode on real quick because I'm kind of curious now. Pick number 3? Okay. Whoa! Oh man, that hurts my eyes. Whoa. Ooh. Okay, okay.
All right, it's time to bake ourselves a pork, eh?
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's feeding the first flame. Mm-hmm.
Right then. Let's get this over with.
Oh, thanks, Caleb. It's good to be back. I've missed you all. Oh my god. Does it have to be like...
Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Does it have to be dressed like that? Make sure to read the ability names. Okay, I'll do my best. This is ridiculous. Oh wow, that's a lot of smoke as well. All right, let's do it. Are you gonna help us, Matoya? Or are you just gonna stand there?
Don't show any fear, they can smell it.
A pugnacious specimen, just like its creator. I love it. That's good. Okay, all right, let's do it. I suppose. Woebegone Workshop. I think he has a penchant for the dramatic, then, doesn't she? Tenderloin. You get it? You guys get it? Oh, I'm in trouble now, aren't I? Woo. Okay. Oh. Oh. What? Oh. Oh. Oh, that's kind of interesting. All right. Huh. That was honestly like 3 very interesting dungeon boss fights. This young Nixie began life as rainwater that fell in Ablathia's spine, later found its way to Matoya's relict via the Thaliak River. Having witnessed its elder kin summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light, decided to follow the age-old adage of, if one cannot beat them, one must needs join them. Oh, that's silly. No way. No way. How did I not notice that? Oh, that's fantastic. They're all Final Fantasy 1 sprites. How did I not notice that before? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. Oh, man. That's really cute. That's a really cute little touch. I like that a lot.
There we are. Quite tame.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
I love how we're just like, not it. Your mate.
That should suffice.
So far I've done
Let's
MSQ
set her to work then, shall we?
and
I want to see some porksies.
Eden
Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy.
and of course the role quest.
A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say.
She loves it. Yeah, we'll talk all about it on Spoilercasts. Huzzah!
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the Mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone, we're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Lominsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
I didn't do shit.
In addition to the Porkses, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
Bye. Hey, Duskmate, thank you so much for 20 months. I really appreciate it. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're doing alright, mate. Forgive me if this is a silly question, but of all creatures real and imagined, why choose a flying pig? Not that I dislike pigs, mind you. Yeah, Graha, I've had the same thought myself. Ask Becklog about that one. Given given it was her first time making a Porksy, Master Matoya did a fine job. Though she did have Angelo for inspiration. Lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Y'shtola. There's peas in a pod, are they not? Okay. Sounds good. Well then, my friends, let's return to Limsa Lominsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. Word to the officer in Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Okay. Angelo looked fantastic, alright? Angelo was beautiful. Yeah, we were talking earlier about what effect this could have on the Ascians or on Voidsent, but I mean, I think the key thing with the Ascians is that they're probably not like umbrally polarized. Given the nature of Zodiark, it's probably quite the opposite. But it's certainly an interesting thought. It is most certainly an interesting thought. And the Voidsent we've already established are too far gone. By the time you're so far gone that you're affected like physical transformations, Graha at least seems to think that it would be irreversible at that point. So people that have transformed into Sin Eaters or Voidsent, or, you know, we use the Drowned as another example. Any that have, you know, undergone like a physical transformation is probably. And the other thing about Ascians is we're not convinced, at least I'm certainly not convinced, that the Sundered Ascians are tempered. I would be inclined to argue that they're not. But, you know, I'm sure we can probably shine a little bit more light on that when we're done with this 5.4 MSQ.
My friends, what brings you here this day? Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you scions, I would not have thought it possible.
And yes, it is, Admiral. We have done it, here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun.
You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman.
Well, it would help to stop calling them Beastman. You know, that'd probably be a start.
Even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, the cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. Although summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. We are to resolve the primal problem once and for all. We must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. 'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace.
Yeah, no doubt after some conversations that she and Y'shtola have had over the years.
Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, the Minsons have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight. And so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you've achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time that I followed suit. Hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me.
Now this is very, very interesting. There should have been another trident by now. And Merlwyb should have had like a legitimate challenge to her admiralty. But the trident has been put on hold as a result of the Garlean threat. As have, you know, various other methods of succession in other nations. And once the Garlean threat is dealt with, there is going to be a very, very real chance at some pretty nasty conflict, particularly in Limsa Lominsa. And, yes, she has executive powers, and in Ul'dah, because Nanamo has agreed to hold off, basically, stepping down and reforming Ul'dah into a republic and trying to take power away from the monetarists until such time as the Garlean threat is dealt with as well. So once we've dealt with Garlemald, the chances of an Eorzean civil war are very, very much on the table. Even, you know, even in Gridania, Kani Senar has executive power, emergency executive power as well. Normally, everything is basically dealt with by a vote among the Seedseer Council in Gridania, but basically to minimize time spent in deliberation and allow them to, you know, act quickly on, you know, critical things that are going on at the moment. Kani Senar also has executive power. Gridania is a lot more, like, united behind her than the other nations, but there's still, you know, a seed of possibility of conflict there as well. So, gonna be some interesting stuff happening, I think. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting?
Aye. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. The bloody executioners would not hear it. In their absence, sent a message to the rest.
Oh, now that is curious that she's getting trouble from the bloody executioners again.
Oh, they are but one of the 3 pirate powers. They are the greatest, and any attempted peace would founder with them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfir, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment to the lungs. Yeah, for a long time, Alphino. And if Hilfir dies... Oh, man. So there's a very, very shaky truce established between Hilfir and Merlwyb, which is the only reason why Merlwyb was able to sort of secure power and the unity of the pirate factions. But if Hilfir dies and there's some sort of conflict for succession within the Bloody Executioners, that would very, very quickly break this this very fragile agreement between the factions. That would very, very quickly spill into the rest of Limsa. Correct. In his absence, his right-hand leads a man named Sicard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We've invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value.
Oh, it's gonna be... I bet you it's gonna be fucking Travanchet. If not Travanchet, it's gonna be some Ascian bullshit for sure. I'm betting that right now.
We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sicard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck.
I know naught of this city, save what I've read or heard in passing. In this matter, I'll follow your lead.
The Admiral is right. The cause of the conflict needs to be addressed. We'll do what we can to ease the way, but ultimately falls to the Lamintons to make peace with their neighbours.
By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. We must know this Sicard. You can approach the pirates, Ethos. The rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Yeah, Travanchet is probably just La Habrea, honestly, but we've never known, really. But, who knows? Hey, who knows? Okay, so we're gonna have to speak to the Kraken's Arms and the Sanguine Sirens. They're the other two major factions. And see where they're at. Alright, Carviane. Carviane de Durandare.
Curious about Sicard, are you?
As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the Bloody Executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the Thalassocracy permits us to attack on a Gallian vessel, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned in upon itself. in order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East. The executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how, then, are they aligning their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals. But mayhap you will have more luck? Why is Kavian a Khajiit all of a sudden? That is a very good question. I don't know. That's just the voice that came out. Sometimes it do be like that. It really do. I don't think I did Heroes, but I don't recall. I do not recall. Yeah, he's trading moon sugar. Yeah. He totally would, wouldn't he? He totally would. And hello, work to game. I don't know if it's Chris or Brian, so I'm gonna call you Briss. How you doing, Briss? What's going on, mate? Hello, Roswin. Oh, Brian's playing Cyberpunk? Oh, of course. Of course.
Eh? What I know about Sicard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and trade it for Moonskate's place at Ilfia's side.
Oh. That's another name we haven't heard in a long time.
There was a time we raced the executioners for our pit of the Empire's fleet. The Galleons are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet. That jumped up bilge rat Sicard, land in the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats, some of the fishbacks and other beasties. Get a first pick of the produce for our troubles, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. So we pass to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded with child. They cook it up and sell for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong. When I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, life of peace and quiet ain't all that bad. Whoa, Roswin, what happened to you? Geez, someone's getting soft, aren't they? Yeah. Someone's getting real soft. And that is interesting. It's very, very interesting. My. Man, I gotta say, I was not expecting to be jumping back on, like, 1.0 Leminson politics. It really does feel like we're gonna be picking back at those threads there. Yeah, this is awesome. This is great. I'm into it. I'm very into it. Alright. You guys find anything? Through the city, one would never suspect this was until recently a bastion of piracy. The Admiral is to be commended for overseeing so swift a transformation. As I went about making my inquiries, I chanced upon a shop that boasted a rather enticing selection of sweetmeats. Perhaps we could take Garbu and Graha there one day. Aww. See if owners returned. Now, who would like to go first? Yeah, that's the thing. We spent so much bloody time in the MSQ since ARR focusing on Uldar. It's really, really cool to be coming back to Leminsa. Yeah, it really was like 2.3, yeah. 2.2, 2.3 was the last time we were really here. So, just as the Imperial prey began to disappear, Sicard turned the Executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before. No amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbour Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the Executioner's good fortune, making little headway. Plainly, the Executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why.
In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. As the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. Sudden fall in demand, I was told. Spaghetti-o! Curious, I contacted Hori Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the Thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean to say the executioners are divesting them in their crystals. All indications point to that conclusion, yes. Though we have no hard evidence as yet, we must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Man, this is the stuff that the Scion's B team should have been working on while we were, you know, fighting a war, saving a shard. Jeez. And sitting on their hands over there. We need to have some words with Arenvold. Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Ay, ay, ay. Only one day is part. No, it's been a bit longer than that. If Alphinaud's theories prove well founded, it would go some way to explain the executioner's vehement opposition to peace. You remember how Alphinaud pretended to be some manner of merchant to infiltrate Yulmore? I bet you 10 gil is about to reprise the role. Oh no. Oh no. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsalamins, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. Oh man, those bloody market board undercutters. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. Okay. Man is due to be at Ocean's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. Suggest we make our way there at once. Well, yeah, there we go. I guess we are as a 10 gil. I guess so. Market board bots stealing crystals from the beast tribes. Yeah, is that how we type the ludonarrative dissonance of bots? Is there all the bloody executioners? Ay, ay, ay. That's why they've got all those names that look like they're just rolling their face over a keyboard. They're actually canonical Seawolf names. You know. Of course it's a heckin' Lalafell. Ah. Why am I surprised? That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait. If he is truly in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral. Scion's not least of all. Compared to yours and Ethys's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Graha is right. And even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? But very well. I leave it to you, Graha. Got a business with me, Catboy. Love it. You're the crystal wholesaler. Oh my god. That I am, but you're no merchant. So what you want crystals for? Don't look at us. Alisaie had the same thought. Oh, man.
Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? You need crystals to make staves like that fine specimen you got there.
Oh my god, he's so bad at this. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares.
Well, we don't invite just anybody in our storehouses. It takes time to establish trust, you understand?
Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price.
Alright, it's plain that no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me.
It seems to be working. Let's follow them. Oh, he's bloody useless. We're calling Alphinaud genteel. Yeah, you're right. You know, G'raha needed 100 years to come up with a plan, and he still fucked that one up real bad. So I don't know why we would think he could improvise. Oh dear. Given how long he spent playing the Crystal Exarch, you think G'raha would be a better actor? Honestly, if it hadn't been for that staff. You must remember to thank Tataru. They went into that tunnel, quietly now.
You won't find any finer, especially not for the price.
Indeed. I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap?
There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They come from O'Gomero, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets, you won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want?
O'Gomero, taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around. Slowly. Yeah, I'm not very subtle, am I? I'm Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are. Scions. And we also know that you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes of being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So, we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? Sicard, if you have heard or read anything about me, you wouldn't have that kind of shit-eating grin on your face, dude. I know you've got gun, and gun, like, one-shots everyone in cutscenes. But, come on, dude. You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective. That would explain your swift rise to power. You've spoken plain, so I shall return the favour. We came here to learn why the bloody executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag. Don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait. Just listen to the end, will ya? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Him especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about dirting their fancy red clobber, you lot stormed O'Gamero and battered bleeding Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and we're after them. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on except the beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Admiral. Even provide the venue, the Astalicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Well, as far as we know, the last time Merwood was on the Astalicia, there was a attempted assassination attempt, and her and Hilfir very nearly killed each other until you know, she basically, well, she beat him and, you know, had him at gunpoint and forced him to surrender and you know, agreed to support her and put her in the position that she's in and, you know, forced him into retirement and that she would keep it between them as a result. This happened in 1.0, but I imagine that would have been the last time she was on the Astalicia. Alright. Though I have some passing knowledge of prior events, I am yet ill-qualified to meddle in Lominsan affairs. It was not my place to argue with Sicard, much as I would have liked to. Nay, it's for the Admiral to deal with him and the bloody executioners both. By bringing them to the negotiating table, we have played our parts. Yeah, Grahar, if you knew anything about Lominsan politics, I would not be calling it a negotiation table. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. Yeah, we really should be going and having a word with Jack. Honestly. But all's well that ends well. Grahar Tyr's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sicard has agreed to a meeting. Let's hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. I think they will be rather aggressive negotiations, if I had to wager a guess. Jack's the head of the Thieves Guild. They basically uphold the Galadian Accord by sneaking around. Yeah, the Lominsan secret police, yeah. Lieutenant Asher, your companions already reported to command room. Will you be joining them? Yep. Yep. I sure will. Hello, Mr. Slifierson. How are you, my friend? There you are. We've eagerly awaited your return. That's all you got for me? Alright, buddy. I think it's been a while. Astalesia is the very last place for such a meeting. The Admiral will be marching straight into the Quell's den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. Sicard does not want for confidence, that much is plain. But I have faith in the Admiral. She has dealt with far worse. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! I gotta wonder, like, what's up with Heelfear at the moment. I wonder if he's dead. When we have no assurance that Sicard will be amenable to reason, there can be no compromise without discussion.
Welcome back, my friends. What news?
And Matthias, thank you very much for that that resub, mate. I really appreciate it.
So, they've been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery, and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sicard's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests.
Yeah, not your bodyguards, just your guests.
The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness.
I have Truthless, yeah, we did that before we started MSQ.
Look who's come crawling!
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
You can shove your piece!
And we were kind of debating about that as well, you know, maybe.
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Heelfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
We haven't seen Heelfear since 1.0,
Piracy
no.
has no place in our future.
What'd she say?